Before I start this video off, just letting you guys know you have one more day to submit your memes to the meme competition. I already got a couple submissions. I haven't opened them yet, obviously, but super excited to see those. And yeah. So today I'm kind of making a little chill video, kind of just relaxing and talking about some shit that's been going on lately. If that's not your cup of tea, I got hundreds of other shitty videos if you want to go check those out. Anyways, about 2 weeks ago, I was living my life all happy, la-di-da, skippily-doobin. A local company in my area was like hosting a job fair kind of thing. I'm not going to say the name of who it was, what they do, where they are, anything like that. I'm not here to trash talk, not here to badmouth. There's basically like 3 positions they were hiring, like 3 departments I guess you could say. And you know, I was thinking to myself, you know what, hey, I'm looking to grow, I'm looking to expand who I am as a person. You know, I'll go check it on out, you know, go see what all the fuss is about. I had like one department that I wanted to apply for in mind. It was kind of like a parts and service kind of thing, like a logistics kind of thing. I went there to apply for it, and I was talking to some of the guys there, and they're like, look man, you got a great personality, you know, we like you, we like the way your dick looks in your pants, you know, we think you can really swing that thing around, so why don't you apply for sales? And I was like, okay, I'll give that a shot, man, yeah. I applied for the original position I had in mind, and it just really didn't seem like it was up my alley. It was kind of like a weird low hourly pay commission thing, and it just didn't really seem that great to me. The lady who was in charge of the department also kind of seemed like a person I really personally wouldn't want to work for, just because like our personalities probably wouldn't clash too well. I go in for the sales interview, and I'm telling them all about myself and my experience and everything, and they're like, you know what, you're amazing, we're gonna get a copy of your resume, bada bing, bada boom, here's the owner, we're gonna have you interview with the owner now because we think you got this, kid. And I'm like, alright, I'm gonna go check it out, man. So I go in there and I'm talking to the owner, and seemed like a pretty nice dude, but there was this thing that was going on the whole time I was there. It was my gut, and my gut was telling me, you know, something's kind of off about this place. Something just like seems shady, something seems kind of weird, and you know, I just couldn't shake this feeling like the whole time I was there. I was just in a mood. I'm like, this is just like, I don't know, just the people I was talking to, the environment. Anytime I go to a place and they're like, hey man, everything here is sunshine and rainbows. We eat sherbet ice cream every Tuesday morning. Wendy over there is having a baby. We're going to name the baby after you because we like you so much. We always name one of her babies after a new hire. She's had 10 this year already. She's a great girl. She gives hand jobs in the office every Wednesday at 3 o'clock if you're interested. I'm like, this place just seems kind of suspicious. I leave the place, and everyone's like, yeah man, you got this in the bag. We could use a young, fresh face like you for the company. So I drive home, and like my commute to this place, first off, would have been about 50 minutes one way, which is insane. It's an insanely long drive. And I'm driving home, and I'm thinking to myself, I really hope that they don't call me tomorrow. Like, I'm really just hoping I don't hear back from them. So I go home, and I, like, try to sleep that night, and I kind of have a hard time, and I'm just, like, thinking about everything in my life. Like, is this the right move? What am I going to do if I get hired? All this stuff. Because right now, I really like my current job. I've been there a while. I really like the hours. The people I work with are great. I've never had an issue with the place I work at ever, and it's, you know, it's great, honestly, it really is. Next morning, I get a phone call from these people, and they're like, hey, we want you to come work for us. And I say, okay, well, I'm going to need to give my current work 2 weeks notice. And they go, no, you're going to give them a week notice, because that's the industry standard now. They say 2 weeks notice is too long, 1 week is fine. And I say, well, you know, man, I've been there for almost 3 years. I'm like, they're kind of like family. And, you know, honestly, we're short-staffed right now. And, you know, I just don't feel right just leaving them high and dry like that. And they go, well, you know what? Honestly, man, if you want the job, you can have it. But if not, you know, stay at your job. And I'm just kind of like, alright, well, you know what, I guess I'll go talk to them and, you know, see what they say. Because on the other hand, I was thinking to myself, I really kind of want to work for this company. Like, it's something I'm passionate about, and I think it'd be cool to go check out. And yeah, so I'm like interested in it. So anyways, I had to work that night, and the whole day I was just like in a funk. My gut is just telling me like, dude, don't do this shit. This shit is fucking foobar. This shit's messed up. Don't do it, man. And my head is like, dude, you gotta do this. You wanna be a fucking dumb boy your whole life? You wanna be a trick ass trick? You know, come on, you gotta expand yourself. You gotta say yes to things. You gotta have goals and ambitions. So I'm in this constant battle all day between my inner Chad and my inner virgin, fighting over this job. And I get to work, and I walk in and I see all the people I work with, and I just start fucking crying like a little bitch. I just start crying, and everyone's like, what's going on? Why are you what happened? Like, they thought like I hit my own mother on the way to work with my car. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a new job. And everyone just starts laughing, like, why are you crying about that? I don't know, I just don't want to leave yet, and honestly, I really like it here, and this new place is kind of sussing me out, and I'm scared, and I don't know if it's the right move, and it's just really, really sketching me out. And they're like, well, just go try it for like a couple months, and if you don't like it, just come back. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, but fuck that. So they wanted me to come back the following Wednesday and get my hiring paperwork and get all signed up and shit. So I think I'm going to do the common courtesy thing and just go there in person and just tell them, hey, look, I don't want to do this, blah, 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 you know, thanks for the opportunity, all that cool shit. So I show up there Wednesday, walk in, they're like, oh yeah, there's the new guy, what's going on, brother, man, yeah. Yo, Megan's waiting for you to give you a hand job in the office, it's 3 o'clock. I'm like, no, I don't want a hand job, I just want to talk to the owner. So I go into the owner's office, and I'm like, look, I really appreciate the opportunity. I just want to give you guys the courtesy of coming here in person and letting you know that I'm not interested in the position. And the guy wasn't like, I respect that, thank you very much. He was more so along the lines of, oh, really? Kind of like mentality in a way. He said, well, look, here's the payment plan. This is how we do work around here. You sell this many things a year, you make $57,000. Look, all you gotta do is make 100 phone calls a week. All you gotta do is set 20 appointments a week. All you gotta do is keep 8 appointments a week with potential buyers. It's really not that hard, man. And so I'm just thinking like, well, yeah, I get that. I'm like, but honestly, it just seems like kind of a risk to me, and the commute is 50 minutes one way. I just said it's not, I just don't think it's for me. Okay, well, we're gonna talk to the other salesmen before you go, and they can tell you how great it is here and how awesome the hand jobs are. And the sherbet, we get that shipped in from out east, and it's really good sherbet. And I'm like, shut the fuck up about the sherbet and the hand jobs, I don't like them. I never liked either one of those things. Hand jobs, it just takes too long. Sherbet, gross. So I'm just like, look, man, alright, I'll talk to your salespeople. So anyways, I go over to the other salespeople, and this motherfucker really straight up goes, so Cash isn't taking the job. He doesn't want a real job right now. He would rather be a waiter. So I talk to a couple of the salesmen, and I say, like, look, I just, right now I work like 28 hours a week, and I make X amount of money, and I'm 20 minutes from work, and it's really nice. I have a flexible schedule, I have seniority. Here I'd be working 45 hours a week without the commute. I'd be dedicating basically my entire week to work, and honestly, the numbers are totally up in the air. Like, you might not sell this many units, you might not sell this stuff, you might not be able to make these appointments. I'm like, so it's all just completely up in the air. So they all say, you know what, we understand. Like, the salesmen were, like, not even against the idea of me not working there. They're kind of just like, oh, yeah, man, you do you. And one, it's like, I don't know if they didn't want competition, and two, if I didn't know, like, they were like, hey, this place is actually kind of shitty for new hires. So anyways, I dipped out of there. I still had the piece of paper in my pocket that had the pay scale on it. So I go to a local dealership that sold the exact same products, and I go in there and I talk to the guy. who I've dealt with before in the past, and I say, look man, this place wants to hire me, they're offering me this much, this is the pay scale, do these numbers look realistic to you? And he looks at them and he goes, honestly man, these are not realistic numbers at all. For example, you had to sell 140 units to be in the category of like $57,000 a year. He's like, realistically for this area, you might sell like 20 to 30 units a year, and that's basically like $30,000 a year. So it was basically just a huge scam in a way. It didn't sit right with me, didn't feel right. Basically, the biggest takeaway from this whole thing is listen to your gut. If you think something's off, don't be afraid to not go for it. No matter how much people are pressuring you into doing it, just do what you think is right. Just do what makes you happy. And that's the biggest part of this. And also, listen to your heart. When it's calling for you, listen to your heart. Nothing else you can do. I don't know where you're going, and I don't know why. But listen to your heart before you take that job of a long drive.